Welcome back. Our next guest is no stranger when it comes to fighting through pain. Nathan Corey is a former MMA fighter, sidelined from a serious spinal injury.
Yes, he bounced back thanks to a mentorship program that helped him optimize his recovery. Thanks for coming in and joining us in the studio today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me here. What a beautiful city, although it's a little cold.
It is a little cold, but thank you. We love Nashville. Now, you guys, you're an educator with Optimized Outcome. Talk about how you went from spine injury back to cage fighting.
Oh, geez. So in the middle of my career, I was on the first season of The Ultimate Fighter, and then I signed with the UFC. I fought for them 3 times, won all 3 fights by first-round knockout. That lined me up for a title shot. That also ended in a first-round knockout, except I was on the receiving end of that one. And then shortly afterwards, and I was a relatively young man, 34, 35 years old, I had a 5-year-old little girl. I went from being ready to fight for 5 rounds, 25 minutes in the UFC octagon to not being able to pick up my daughter. Something was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what to do. It turned out that I had a disc in my lower back that had completely collapsed. I had bone-on-bone grinding. So I get introduced to this company that has this spinal fusion technique that they do. Everyone that I talked to said, if you get back surgery, your life is over. You'll never fight again. Just deal with the pain. But I knew if I did nothing, my life was going nowhere. So I opted to get this surgery. And to say it was scary would be an understatement. You've never heard of a good outcome for back surgery. Never. I had other professional athletes telling me their horror stories. The matchmaker for the UFC said, well, it was nice having you. You'll never be back. Well, just a few months after my surgery, I was able to call them and say, I'm ready. Nobody believed in it. Nobody believed in me, but I'm ready to return to fighting. 15 months after my surgery, I fought live on Spike TV. I got to be honest with you, he beat me up for 2 rounds pretty badly, but in the 3rd round I came back and knocked him out. And I became this testament to what's possible after back surgery, and that was the big thing that I realized. Me going through my surgery, I thought this was for me, for my family, providing a future for my daughter. Well, I became the example that everyone could look upon. You need back surgery, you're going through some serious injury. What are these things that we can do to help you recover, get your life back, even if it's wanting to return to cage fighting? It's been done, I've done it, I've proved it. Wow. It's been an adventure, to say the least.
Adventure, yes, and very, very impressive adventure at that. I want to talk more about Optimized Outcomes recovery programs. Who are they for? Because it's not just MMA fighters, it's for everyone, and explain how they work.
It helps. It's got these 4 legs of the table to get you ready. First off is your mindset. What do you feel going into this? Then, of course, your nutrition. Are you getting the proper building blocks for your recovery? What about your activity level? I've talked to patients that had too low of an activity level, other patients that had too high of an activity level, and then, of course, recovery. Going through all of those things as an athlete myself through my first few surgeries was challenging enough with my knowledge of my own body. Now imagine being just your average person who the closest they've come to the octagon is watching it on TV. Well, now they're getting a surgery. Your last guest here, he was talking to me in the green room about both of his knees being shot. He's concerned about his surgery. So what are these tools that we can prepare people for before the surgery, immediately after the surgery, the recovery time that they're going to have, and their support staff, their family, how can they be supporting and help them on their road to recovery?
We have less than a minute left, so what is your main goal while you're here in Music City?
Ooh, other than to see the sights, it's really to get the word out, to let people know if you have an injury, if you're going in for a surgery, there's a community for you. And OptimizedOutcome.com is going to help everyone not feel alone. Because for me, that was the worst part. I'm getting ready for a fight, going into surgery. My best tool had betrayed me. Now I'm weakened. I don't know what's going to happen. If I had one person call me and say, I've been there, I've been through that, here are some tools to help you, that would have made all the difference in the world. And it's one thing to go through something alone. It's another thing to go through something and then pay it forward to the next group of people.
You're doing that, Nathan. Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, get better faster and stay better for longer. Read more online and check out their approach at OptimizedOutcome.com.